Long ago, a quiet, ancient village sat nestled between two steep, rocky mountains. A fast, roaring river ran right through the middle of the settlement, dividing the houses from the rich farming fields. The only way to cross the wild water was a narrow bridge made of old, gray stones. Over many decades, the heavy river water washed away the mortar, and the stones began to wobble. Every single villager noticed the shaking path, but everyone ignored it. They walked quickly across, thinking that fixing it was someone else's job. One dark, stormy night, the river rose high and angry. The fierce waves crashed against the weak center of the path, washing the ancient stones down the river. The next morning, the villagers gathered at the water's edge in great distress. They were completely cut off from their crops and the mainland market. Everyone stood around, loudly blaming their neighbors for the disaster. Yet nobody stepped forward to start the hard work of rebuilding. An old, quiet elder named Thomas walked down to the riverbank. He did not argue, and he did not yell. He simply rolled up his linen sleeves, bent his aching back, and scooped up a massive, heavy boulder from the dirt. He tried to carry it to the broken edge of the river, but his arms shook wildly from the heavy weight. He stumbled, and the boulder crashed down into the thick mud. Thomas did not stop. He wiped the sweat from his forehead and reached for another stone. A little boy named Cale was standing in the crowd. He watched the old man struggle with the heavy rocks. Cale looked at the rushing river, then looked at his own small hands. He realized that the task was far too grand for a single person. Cale walked out of the crowd, knelt down in the wet mud next to the elder, and placed his hands under the heavy stone. Together, the old man and the little boy managed to carry the first rock to the riverbank. Seeing this, the loud complaints of the crowd suddenly stopped. A deep silence fell over the village. The people felt a sharp sting of regret in their hearts. One by one, the men, women, and children stepped into the mud. They formed a long human chain, passing heavy stones from the mountain right down to the river. Working together, they finished the grand new bridge before the sun went down. We learned that when a burden is shared by the entire community, even the heaviest stone becomes light. Unity can rebuild what selfishness destroys.